That was a promo for the Spaghetti Western movie poster series by Dan Napoli, Dixon Yang, and me. That's right. I don't know if y'all know this. I also make art. I make a decent amount and I enjoy it. And these are some pretty sick posters that are available now on Dan Napoli's website, dannapolifilms.com. They're pretty sick. The first two are out and you can get them right now while they last. I think there's like 25 of each. So the first one would be Red Sunday, the Vicious documentary, the Omaha Vicious documentary, and then the next one is 15, the 15-year story of Dynasty. Not to be confused with the Iron Kids movie, which will come out soon. Yeah, well, this is a pretty sweet collaboration. I love to get into work with Dan Napoli and Dixon Yang, two legends in the sport. And I thought it was so cool that we got to keep it all in the family for as far as like everyone's a paintball player and in the industry, and it's a lot of fun. If you want to get other versions of my artwork, feel free to go to hormesisattire.com, where you can find posters, you can find jersey designs. Yeah, those are there. Or if you want, I will be at NXL Texas or NXL Dallas. I should have a small space in the X Factor booth where I'll have some of my prints. Yeah, and I'll have some zines, hopefully. Fingers crossed, hopefully. I'll have some zines, so if I haven't met you in person, I would love to. If you're there, just come say hi. I'll shake your hand, and hopefully you can get your hands on one of the new zines. Yeah. More on that on Instagram. I'll give some little teasers on Instagram. But yeah, just a reminder that I make art and I love it when you guys appreciate it. So yeah, here we go. All right, everyone. I just finished talking with Zyzek Barrow. It was a great conversation. We talked about the joy of paintball, obviously, and we talked about just sort of why he does Paintball Nerd and how it started and all the different iterations of that. Got to talk about his time on Iron Man, about some legends of the game, and got to see some of his stuff. Got to see his dope autococker and some sweet headbands and all sorts of other things. It was a really great conversation. Yeah, thanks so much for listening to this, guys. Sincerely, I really appreciate you guys making the time to listen to this stuff. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, let me know. You don't have to like or comment in this. That'd be cool. That's one way to do it. You could just DM me and be like, hey, cool. Or I guess if you hate it too, you could do that too. But like warn me. Be like, hey, this is a negative message. And that way I know not to read it. So, yeah. All jokes aside, I really do appreciate you guys. Yeah. Let's jump into this. This is the Joy of Paintball. I'm Clint Riddle, and this is Zyzek Barrow of Paintball Nerd. Hope you guys enjoy. Love y'all. All right. Sorry I'm out of breath, man. I'm like running around.
This is stressful.
It is. Right before we started, my son was like, can you come say goodnight before you start? And I was like, all right. And like, yeah. I'm Clint, by the way. Nice to officially meet you. I think
I'm Zyzek.
Yeah, what's up, man? Thanks so much for doing this. And I'm glad you got the memo on the shirt. We're good to go.
I know it doesn't look like I'm looking at you because I'm looking at my screen, but when I'm on the show, I'll look over here. So
okay, whatever. You're good, man. I don't know how many people like watch it versus listen to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll have to ask my listener and see what they say.
I watch the reels.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Well, dude, yeah, you're like, this podcast is like a niche of a niche podcast where I try to get creators that are in paintball or just creative people and talk to them about why they do what they do, and art, of course.
Naturally.
So I guess first off, congratulations. You guys just did great at ICPL. How's that feel?
It feels really good. And,
yeah.
It's one of those things, like specifically with Aftershock. I've had this with other teams too, but with them, I could lose every game and still be very thankful for the experience. I think it's more so the company.
Yeah.
You know, Todd Adamson and Tammy Adamson and Billy Saransky I've known for a very, very long time and played with them for a very long time. So
nice.
It's just special, man. It's special. But yeah, winning is like, you know, it's the cherry on top. It's the sprinkles. It's all the things you want.
All the good things. Awesome, dude. Well, you know, sorry. So let's talk a little bit about like Paintball Nerd, because I remember when it started, it was like you were like going hard. I feel like you were like every week, you know, and then maybe real life happened or something, and
Yeah.
but you know, you were bringing on all sorts of folks and like big names and like niche industry guys, and I just kind of wonder. And then lately, you've done. I will say that you've shifted a little more towards like. I don't know. You had like Marcelo and Dave.
Yeah.
Bill, him
That
and
guy. Yeah,
and Soup, and like, you know, you had like some very intentional conversations with them, and so it kind of made me like start. I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, man, I wonder like how did it start? What were your goals in the beginning, and have they changed, or is it? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, things always change, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Paintball Nerd, as people know it here today, never meant to be what it actually is. You know, it's been quite the journey, and I mean, I'm kind of one that tends to embrace things that are outside my comfort zone, and that's exactly what this is. I didn't even know how to post a reel. I didn't know how to do hashtags or anything like that. Didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to learn everything. But basically what it started is I was working for Push Paintball. Brian Benini's company makes an awesome goggle. And I was living in San Diego, which is where I was born and raised.
Nice.
And I was working in the real estate space, and I was working at an education company, and they were impacted by COVID. And it was a really lucrative industry, but it wasn't my passion. Paintball's always been my passion since I was like 10 years old. But, you know, life happens and you got to pay bills. So anyway, I was working in the real estate space, big boy job, you know, and making the money I wanted to make. And then COVID happened. It was a seminar-based business, in person, packing, you know, packing these rooms, these seminar rooms. And so that business was impacted heavily by COVID. And so the income changed significantly. And I thought, why am I doing this? Like, why don't I just go back to what I love? So I called my buddy Brian, and he gave me a job, like sight on scene. He's like, dude, I need help. I'll give you a job. And he paid me great. Like, Brian hooked me up. And, you know, I don't think he necessarily had the means to do so, but he showed up, dude. He just made it happen for me. So I can't thank Brian enough. So that was kind of like my entry back into the paintball industry, and, you know, the passion for it came real quick as well. And Mikko Huhtinen of, you know, Ironman fame and Russian Legion fame, and he works at Hormesis, you know, Hormesis Films. He worked at Push as well. And, you know, a term of endearment in the paintball industry for the, you know, our favorite customers, basically, the enthusiasts, is Paintball Nerds. I remember we said it at Die. We said it at Push. It's like, Paintball Nerds are going to love this and that. This is for the Paintball Nerds, right? So I decided that I needed a creative outlet, and I was going to start writing articles. I was going to start writing blogs. And I named it Paintball Nerd just because of that term of endearment, right?
Nice.
And the logo, Brandon Lambertson, he's an old pro. He played for Ironman and Infamous. You know, I told him I wanted something that looks like the nerd emoji, like the little guy with buck teeth and the glasses, and I wanted him to have a mask on and cool hair. And Brandon Lambertson made the logo just like first try. You know, I was like, it's perfect, just like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had a logo, I had the name, I bought the URL and everything. And I started writing articles, and then Mikko would make the artwork for the article, like the thumbnail. He'd make that, right?
Gotcha.
And after about 5 articles, I noticed that only people that were reading them were like 4 or 5 of my friends. And
I feel that.
And I got writing fatigue, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, man, like this, I'm kind of done doing this. Like, I don't know what else to write. And the time that I'm spending doing it, I don't know if I'm enjoying that anymore. And so Miko kind of threw it out there. He's like, you should just do a podcast because you know everyone. I've been in the paintball industry forever. Dude, like, you know everyone. Like, why don't you just have people on a podcast? And I, like, in my mind's eye, I was like, okay, yeah, I need to get a studio. I need to have people in person because if it's like, if it's web-based, it sucks, was my perception at the time. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then a little while later, I was like, I'm just going to try it. And Miko's always been like kind of like a voice of reason for me in business. Nice. And he's like, just do it, dude. Just do it. I'm like, okay. So I did the first episode, I think, with Rainey, or was it Scott Kemp? One of my old friends from back in the day.
Yeah.
And then that's how it started. That's how the podcast started. After doing quite a few episodes, I was at World Cup, and my buddy Darren, who runs Major League Paintball Plus, was like, dude, you're doing great. How would you like to do some media for the events?
Nice, dude.
And he asked me to come out, I think it was Texas a few years ago. He's like, why don't you do a halftime show with Quinn Nadu from Iconic? I was like, perfect, I'll do it. Showed up. Quinn had some kind of scheduling conflict. He couldn't do it. So I ended up just kind of meandering around the event, and Dylan Fout was there. Darren brought Dylan Fout out, and he's like, you guys go make something. Like, just like, he didn't give us any direction. You know, that's kind of how
cool.
Darren is. He just like, go create, right?
Yeah.
And that's how the event content that people seem to really enjoy was born, was really just Dylan Fout and I walking around the event with a camera, kind of shoving it in people's faces and figuring it out. Nice. So that's the long answer of how everything kind of started.
Right on. Was there like a goal with your interviews, like, or was it just like, hey, I just want to chat with some old buddies, talk about paintball?
No, I had no vision for it at all. I just wanted to, I did want to talk about paintball with my friends, and I wanted to have those conversations seen by the paintball community. Because, we're always talking about stories and things, and generally we're talking about the same things, like our favorite memories in paintball, this crazy story, XYZ. So I thought, what a great idea. And eventually I started to think, how can I monetize it? And that's when the paintball store came about. And instead of being a blog site, Paintball Nerd became a retail store. And there are a few manufacturers that let me purchase their products. But the store was a massive failure. Okay. It's because I can't compete with guys like A&S, Lone Wolf, or Punishers. They have the inventory, and I don't have a storefront. So, a few of my friends, Alex Frazier from Field One sold to me, Travis from Infamous sold to me, Mark from Sandiana sold to me, Jason, Marky, and Brandon from HK, they sold to me. Brandon Lambertson from Liquid sold to me, but the sales just weren't and aren't there, so that's kind of fallen by the wayside.
Sorry.
Bless you. Coffee.
Thanks.
Coffee. God bless you.
Okay, so start with getting back in with Mr. Bernini. Bonini? Bonini. No R. Bonini. Okay, with Mr. Bonini, and then you start with the blog. I didn't know about the blog. Is it still out there?
Yeah, it's the first couple posts on Paintball Nerd. You got to scroll all the way down to the bottom to find them.
Okay, all right.
They're on the website.
Nice.
And one of the articles that I wrote made it in the first issue of Gap. Which
was it the one that's about to come out?
No, it was the first issue of
Gap. The end of the run through or whatever.
It was about the run through that did. Yeah, on the JT field.
That was a good one, dude. And the graphic for that was pretty dope too.
That's Alex.
Yeah. Right on. All right, so you did the blog and then the podcast, and then some media stuff. Are you still doing media with NXL or?
I'm not. Well,
Okay.
I don't know if I'm not doing it for the long term, or if I've just been benched for the past few events.
Gotcha.
So they could bring me out in the future. There's a lot of changes happening with Major League Paintball right now from a media perspective. They just brought aboard Brett and Mike, who are the UFC Fight Night guys.
Oh, wow.
Fight Live, Fight Night, one of the two. So they're running the media things now. I'm going to have them on my show tomorrow, and that episode will be released pretty soon.
Right on.
So, yeah, I imagine that I'd still be going to some events, but they haven't sent me to the past few for whatever reason. I haven't asked. I should probably figure that out.
Yeah, man. You got to come out to Texas so I can say what's up.
Yeah, but I've been going to the ICPLs, making content here and there, but I'm mainly there to have fun and play. As soon as I whip out the phone and the mic, it becomes work.
Yeah, that's no fun.
It's a little bit of fun, but it's still work.
Yeah, it's not shooting people, so yeah.
You get it.
So I've seen a few posts of you playing with. They're kind of like a mystery to me. Was it Farm?
The Farm, yes.
The
I live
Farm.
in Tennessee.
What is that? Is it just like a hang, like hey, or do you like? Is it a team, or like? Can you explain what that is?
So the Farm is Middle Tennessee's best paintball field. It's in Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Okay.
So it is a paintball field. That's what the Farm
Gotcha.
is. And
All right.
they got a group of local guys there that put in teams for local events and some major events as well. So I have played 10 men with the Farm when Aftershock's not playing.
Gotcha.
I've played a MSXL with the Farm.
Okay.
And I play semi-frequently at the Farm and just mess around with. I'm not officially on the team. I'm just kind of like the old guy that shows up and messes around.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I've seen there were a few things sort of during or right after COVID, and Farm popped up, and there was another one that was like Sunday. I can't remember what it was.
Sunday Paintball is owned by Brandon Perdeau. He
Okay.
played on Excessive many, many years ago.
Oh, okay.
And he's a California boy. He moved out here to Tennessee as well.
Gotcha.
And he started Sunday Paintball, and they're kind of like the Tom Shoes
Yeah.
of paintball. So you buy product from Sunday Paintball, and they give back
Nice.
their profit to sponsor local kids and stuff like that. Really cool
That's
concept.
super cool.
And just great name for a paintball company. Sunday Paintball is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So Brandon still runs Sunday Paintball, and he's also part owner of the Farm. So,
Okay.
Yeah. That's
All
still
right.
going around too.
So that's why I saw the overlap then. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. That's really All right, that's all I needed. Thanks. No.
All right. Great show.
All right. Well, let's see. Is there any more of your story that you want to tell? I know you played. I say I know. I'm like 90% sure you played with the Iron Men.
Yes.
I've
that's
seen
correct.
footage of young Zyzek with the Iron Men. Was there ever an excessive stint? Or is
No, and that's kind of it's a very sad story. Glenn.
Oh,
Very sad.
uh-oh.
So playing on the Ironman was my life's ambition growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for Dye right out of high school. And so, I played for, I had a successful rookie, novice, and amateur career. And as looking back on it now, it was inevitable. I was going to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I was in SoCal, and that's just, the path was there for me. It was my fault if I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, I worked at Dye, right? So it's of course I'm going to be on the Ironman, unless I'm just terrible. But anyway, I made it on the Ironman in 2003. And so that was when Rich Telford and Maddie and Yosh were on the team, Eric Roberts, Catfish,
Mm-hmm.
JP Augustin, Billy Wing. Who else was on the team? See, I shouldn't start naming people because if I forget anyone, that's terrible. Micah McLaughlin.
Oh, yeah.
Brian
I remember
Benini
him.
came later.
Was Miko
but
on there
anyway,
at that time?
Mika was not on the team at that point.
Okay.
So, I made it. That was great, and we played World Cup, and that was the first NXL event, first X-Ball event, full auto, all whole deal. Anyway, we got smashed, absolutely destroyed, and Rich and Maddie and all the guys, the excessive guys, decided that they wanted to leave the Ironman. And so the whole team left to go start excessive. Yosh went to Dynasty. And so it was Billy Wing, myself, Eric Roberts, Art Dela Cruz, and Catfish left over. And so I had one event with the Ironman, and then we were rebuilding for a long time until Oliver came along. So I forgot what the question was originally, but yeah, 2000.
It was Ironman's your you that was your only pro team, I guess.
That was my only pro team. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yep. So I started and ended with them, and then I went back to real estate, and then I went back to paintball, and then I went back to real estate, and now I'm doing both. So I'm
Look at you.
Real estate education, and that's one of the reasons, Clint, that you're not seeing as much content from me is because I have a very demanding full-time job.
I figured.
And,
I feel like there's a child that appeared somewhere.
There's 2 children. There's 2 children.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
those tend to require some time.
Yeah, but when I was cranking out a ton of content like every week, I was doing this full time. I'd gone all in on Paintball Nerd. I've invested every single red cent I had into it, and so I had to spend the time on it. And now, I'm doing this because I enjoy talking about paintball, but I don't really have the drive to chase people down and schedule them on my limited schedule. It's like, man, I can do 7:30 at night, like weekdays. That's all I get, and it's like, so I'm doing them here and there, obviously, as you've seen, but they're not happening once a week like they once were.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this, and maybe it's just because I don't want to, but like I hear like consistency is key or whatever, and I'm like, for who though? Like
for content creators that are monetizing.
I guess that, but
yes.
like even then, it's like, do you want to be that formulaic? I guess I say that with the guy who has the same 4 questions on his show every time, but like,
well, the answer is no.
Like, and I think that's where, I always appreciated Carl's podcast because it didn't feel like he was like stressed about it, like, I gotta get this guy, it was just and it wasn't consistent, but it's also not around anymore, so
well, I think I wouldn't put it past Carl to do an episode randomly. So I think consistency is good. Like you look at a guy like Will Ball for Soup, Scotty, he's posting every week, right? And I'm waiting for his content. It's like, because I'll hear things that are just straight up like top secret, and then Scotty will post it. I'm like, dude, he knows someone.
Yeah,
he knows someone in the circle, right? So it's like, but you look at a guy like, well, I'll just use myself as an example. I can't just go out there and share secrets. Yeah. Right.
No, that's not your stick.
Like, what up, bro? But sometimes I wish I could just be like one of Scotty's sources because I get some juice. I'm like, I want people to know,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Scotty makes great content. Even though some people, well, the reason manufacturers may not, agree with him sometimes is because he's letting the cat out of the bag. For the benefit of us all, like we all enjoy it, right? But from a company perspective, like, dang, dude, I wish that secret didn't get out. I wish that photo didn't get out of our new gun, but I think there's, but he'll even say that like monetization's hard for him too, and he's posting daily.
And I think for like what we do, I don't know how people monetize for paintball, for tournament paintball content. Like, I mean, it's a pretty small pie.
Yeah, like my monetization is like has been like the highest it was like $40 or something like that.
Yeah.
Not the juice is not worth the squeeze. This has to be a passion project.
For sure.
But,
I think,
you know,
yeah.
You look at like Greenspan and Spica, Marcelo and Tyler, you know, they have like their special groups or whatever they're, you know,
yeah,
I forgot
that seems to be
service, Patreon or something,
Patreon,
stuff like that,
and
yeah, you know, they get some news early and things like that. So I think, you know, the model for monetizing, they have that. But I think in order to achieve that, I think Shelda does it too. Actually, I'm not positive.
He does Patreon, yeah.
Yeah. But in order for it to be lucrative, you can't just have that ability. You also have to be someone that people are willing to pay for.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Yeah.
Ryan's got a massive fan base, right? Marcelo and Tyler have a massive fan base. So them charging $3 or whatever it is for watching an episode early, you know, it's easy money.
And they also do like
probably do it, but
they're like, I feel like they're still genuine in what they do.
Of course.
I think that's kind of the beauty of it, is everyone kind of knows like this isn't gonna pay the bills. Yeah. Might buy a beer or something, but it's not gonna. And so I think the sincerity is still there for a lot of folks, and
oh, definitely.
I think that's the really cool aspect of it.
If I had suggested they weren't sincere, then
no, not at all.
Not what I meant.
I think no, you're good. No, I think I alluded to that as far as like with the consistency is key.
Yes.
Thing. It's like I don't think anyone's gonna beat you up if you didn't post every single week, you know. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know if like there's so many things, like as soon as we open up our phone, right? There's so many things vying for our attention. It's like, you know, I had, you know, I was kind of worried about it when I started back in real estate. I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to post so much, and you know, it's going to suck, and people are going to notice. But there's so many other things grabbing for people's attention they don't notice until you post again, and they're like, oh, I haven't seen Paintball Nerd in a while. There he is. You know,
yeah.
So I just kind of got over it. And it's like, you know, I'm gonna do a show when I want to do a show with the people I want to do shows with, and
they've been like this last stretch of like Suit, Marcelo, Dan, like, you know, those were very interesting guests, you know, especially for what was going on in the time. Like, it was, I don't know, I like it.
Yeah, I would like to get, like, you know, I'd like to get Bart on.
Yeah.
And get his side of the story, because, you know, we heard from Dan, we heard from
Marcelo. I didn't think about that.
You know, I'd want to hear from Bart. I want to hear from Lucky 15s.
I feel like they handled it. Their press release was caring, I think.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, I liked how they handled it. Like, well, I mean, anyway.
Let's not open this game.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, that would be cool. I like that. Like, so you say this, like, why do you want to interview them? Like, what makes you want to be the safe space for them?
I don't know, you know, like, well, so with Dan, for me, I looked at that as an opportunity, you know, despite his, you know, suspect moral character and his reputation, he's the most famous person that I've ever talked to. And so selfishly, I was like, that's kind of cool for Paintball Nerd. It's cool for me. Maybe it's an opportunity for, you know, someone outside of paintball to see me. Maybe I can get, you know, maybe that's an opportunity for a career path. Maybe something cool could happen. And, you know, as I stated a little earlier, I tend to embrace things that are outside my comfort zone.
Gotcha.
And that's why I did Dan.
Yeah.
And Marcelo, I've known him since he was a literal child.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that was a no-brainer. I love Marcelo. But, you know, I think I just like talking about paintball. That's why I'm doing your show. You know, it's like
Nice.
if someone says, "Hey, well, let's talk about paintball," I wanna do it. You know.
Nice. Good answer.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish the answer, Clint, was that it's massively financially successful, and that's why I do it.
No, that's not the. Like, I wish that for you, but
Yeah.
I like the. I don't even know what you call it. Just the. I mean, DIY sort of ish of it.
Or you could say, it's perhaps the joy of paintball.
Maybe.
Say that.
Maybe.
I might say that. Actually, that is my answer. That's why I do it. The joy of paintball.
All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
It's a catchy little phrase right there.
It's good. Someone should make little books.
They should.
Books like that. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of talking about paintball, let's talk about some paintball. You always ask your friends or your guests to like show off their stuff, and I didn't prepare you for this, so I'm sorry. But is there anything that you want to show off? I see a chrome. What do we got? Is that a old Matrix?
That is an autococker.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Got some medals here.
There it is. Nice.
So this is an autococker that I built.
Yeah, I don't know why I said chrome. Sorry. Copper.
See, and it's got tattooed
dope.
there. See, it's got my name right there.
Nice.
And it's got a little Ironman shield right there.
Yeah, dude.
And it's got a little this little skull guy. This came from stickers that Lisa Harvey had made. And it said lisaharvey.com, and it had this little skull. So I put that on there. It says "pow" right there. Because
Nice.
Ironman chant used to be like, "Give me a pow," and then pow.
Nice.
Let's see what else. It's got an Ironman shield right there on the feed neck.
Sweet. So is
Another
this
Lisa Harvey
your? Was this what you played it with? No, because
No.
if you're playing X-Ball, that was the DM days.
Yeah, so this is just I love autocockers. And
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's got Danny's gunfighter frame on there. Really
Okay.
short trigger pull.
Nice.
Yeah, so this gun is awesome.
Do
but
those?
it belongs on the shelf.
Oh, okay. Do those trigger frames? Do you have to worry about short stroking with those?
You always have to worry some degree
Okay.
to short stroking an autococker, but dude, it's not me, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
that's.
I'm seasoned.
I'm not a noob.
That.
Yeah.
And then I got these two rings.
Bam. All right.
That happened this weekend. We got third in 5-man and first in the
Dang,
10-man.
dude, that's sick.
I've played quite a few ICPLs with Cap.
Nice.
And got that ring.
Whoa.
Cap is no longer around, unfortunately.
So is that like I'd not seen one with the team emblem in it before. That's pretty cool.
I think someone had these made on the team.
Okay.
So
That's super cool.
It does say ICPL on it right there. So
All right.
I don't know the story behind it. I just got handed this, and I was like, sweet.
Yeah. Nice.
Here's some cool things here. Okay, so
Oh man.
show you some. Okay, so this is these are coins
Nice.
that
the
that
infamous
Alex
black coin. Yeah.
gave me.
Is the black one pro or retired or legendary? Like, what's it stand for?
Basically, that you're old and washed up.
Fair enough.
This is
Fair enough.
what it means.
Okay.
But there's not many of them, so it's just cool to have them. I lost one. I bet on Aftershock in Chicago, them winning against AC, and they lost. No. And I had to forfeit my coin. That sucked.
Dang.
And then so I got this is a Chris Lasoya Pony Express headband. So when Chris was getting his headbands made, he worked at Push as well, and I was telling him, dude, when I was a kid, we used to call you the Pony Express. And, I think that's just great.
How did he take to that? Did he?
He loves it, dude.
Okay.
He freaking loves it. And so one of his headbands is called the Pony Express, and it's got a pony on it.
Nice.
So when his headbands dropped, they all got auctioned off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had a bunch of them. Well, he didn't have a bunch of them, but he had some at the shop and was like, which one do you want? And I was like, oh, like this one's cool, that one's cool. And I was like thinking about like which one I'd wear.
Yeah.
And he's like, stop. You're getting the Pony Express. Like,
yeah.
You get it the Pony Express, dude. Like, told me the story and everything. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
The Pony Express.
That's cool, man.
So, yeah. And then this is just, I don't know why I have this in the office. It's not in my gear bag, but that's a skull. I just like the skull hormesis.
Nice.
Probably
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, they didn't make very many of them. I should probably show it to you, huh? Pull it out.
Oh, don't gotta do that, man.
This is called the Jolly Roger.
All right.
You know? And it's orange. That's orange right there. I love orange.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know,
You're was that? So you posted a mask, a JT like custom build. Yeah. I feel like was that you? Gerald Garcia posted the same one. So is this?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Orange. So it's OFG, Orange Frame Gang.
Oh. Okay.
It's kind of a thing that we started. But really, like Blast Camp had the first thing with the orange frames. But
well, what about what was the Tennessee team? CFP or whatever? It was a while back. They were orange. They were orange.
So they're all part of the OFG, but
nice.
So Gerald and I and Nick Shows, we just claim that it's our thing.
Sweet. I'll accept it.
So the coolest thing that I have from Hormesis is this headband here, and this I've actually worn this quite a bit, but I kind of retired it because it's getting faded. This used to be black, believe it or not, black. Dang. And then this was gold, and I just I just throw my stuff in the washing machine. Mm-hmm. I don't hand wash anything, but it's the Tomahawk.
Oh,
so these are the first or second edition. But the reason that this is so important to me is because Alex, when he sent it to me, he sent me a very nice letter on the back of it. I see the back of this card here. So instead of letting this thing get further tattered, I was like, you know what, this is special to me, and I'm just gonna keep it nice. So now it stays on my shelf as, podcast decoration in the background.
Nice, dude.
I would have shown you some other stuff, Clint, but you didn't tell me you were
gonna. I thought of it as it was like I was like, oh yeah, he always does this. I gotta. So pretty much I'm ripping you off, which I've already kind of done. I don't know if you watch the episodes. Oh, if you listen to them also. Anytime someone talks about a piece of art or like there's a visual that I throw up, I have the pod opening sound, and that is like your cue to look at the screen. So just like your autococker sound, I totally ripped that off from you. So
at least you knew that. A lot of people don't know what that sound is, and I'm happy you brought that up because that sound when Paintball Nerd starts to is this gun.
Nice.
So it's when you air up the gun and the cocking rod is in the forward position, and the first time you pull the trigger, it just it cocks, right? And the next one you shoot goes bang.
Yeah.
But that first sound is my favorite sound in paintball. The three-way cycling and cocking the gun.
Yeah.
And then I just said into the mic, Paintball Nerd, and that's my startup sound now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, all right, homie. Let's get into some of these questions. Are you prepared for this? Okay.
I'm gonna wing it, bro.
So let's see. No, I'm not gonna change it up. Sorry. So first question. I think about things too much in these. I want to change things, but I don't commit.
You're a thinker.
Yeah, sometimes.
Just do it. Step outside your comfort zone.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we'll just rearrange the questions. Okay. What is the best advice that's someone has given, or not bet, like what's some advice that someone's given you that sticks out, or something's given you?
So I found that question quite difficult because there's so much advice in different areas of life, right,
Mm-hmm.
that you could get. But I think the one that I'm going to go with is your character is defined by the person you become when you face trial and tribulation. And that advice has helped me embrace difficult times in life, knowing that it's shaping my character in some way. Some good's going to come out of it. And I think that's really, really important because you look at mental health statistics. You look at things like this, and a lot of the times difficult periods in people's life break them.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a very negative thing. And I think changing your outlook and finding a way to embrace challenges is a very positive thing for your life. If you can find a way to say, okay, where is the good in this? Where is the positive in this? How is this making me grow? I think life's a lot easier because life is not easy, right? It is difficult. It comes with challenges. It comes with hard times. So if you find a way to embrace it, then it's a lot more enjoyable.
All right.
And that's just general, but I've been given solid marriage advice and father advice and paintball advice and all kinds of advice. But that one's applicable for everything.
Nice. You can say more than one if you want. It's not.
No.
Okay.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Yep. You're right. I apologize.
I mean, I can give some marriage advice, but I've only been married 11 years, so I don't think I'm an authority.
11's more than a lot.
Statistic, I think.
Yeah, I think 7 is like the usual year of.
Yeah,
but
people get the 7-year itch.
There are. I would imagine it's mostly paintball players that listen to this, and within paintball, there are people that are married or getting married, fathers, and paintball players. So if you have wisdom for any of that, also, I'm sure they would appreciate it.
And I'm sure it's advice that everyone has heard. Everyone gives the same advice. Don't go to bed angry. But what that means is to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to bed angry. You can certainly do that. But what that advice, the essence of that advice, is talk through your problems. Like if you got an issue, don't let it build up, because I think marriages end through a series of tiny irritations over time until they compile up and it's like, I can't take it anymore. So I think just being able to communicate with your spouse, because you change, they change, things change, and if you can't talk through those changes and find a way to continue to choose each other every single day, that's how it goes sour.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think you think about the amount of people who find new ways to be stimulated in a marriage, and not in a marriage, but any people who stray, I guess you could say. And it's like, if you're, I feel like you hit the nail on the head. Like if you're communicating, hopefully you're within that communication, your spouse will be able to pick up on hey, something's off right here. Let's keep talking about this. So.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely a choice too.
Oh yeah.
I think that I think women are more guilty of this than men, but I think men could be blamed too, where there's this desire to feel constantly in love, meaning that you have that lust feeling, you have the butterflies, the feeling when you start a relationship for the first time, that goes away, because that feeling is unfamiliarity with someone. It's mystery. That's what creates the butterflies, right?
Yeah.
So I think, me, and this is just based off being married 11 years, you have to choose your wife every single day. You have to make the decision. Like, I'm gonna, like, true love is now a decision that I'm making day after day after day. And that decision comes with intentionality. How do I show this love, right? How do I manifest it? So like I said, I'm still learning, but I think, so far my wife and I have an amazing marriage. And there's like no signs of it changing for me. I'm in it forever. And I think a big part of that is the decision that I've made, that like it is absolutely till death do us part, for better or for worse. She could become a fat whale and I'm still with her. She can do something horrible, I'm still with her. Like, we're gonna grow together. So
all right. Yeah. You said something in there, like the I'm still learning. I think that's a great mentality. You never stop learning.
You must commit to being a student in all areas of life.
Who said that?
Bruce Lee.
Okay.
I think.
I'm sure at some point he did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We could call Mike Bianca real quick and see. He's a big Bruce Lee guy. Yeah. All right, man. Something a little lighter. Maybe. We'll see.
I'm gonna make it heavy. Let's go.
Okay. Sick. What is a piece of artwork that stopped you in your tracks?
So that's actually never happened to me the way that I envision you asking me that question.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of Salvador Dali. Love that stuff. I am impressed with Weiland and Thomas Kincaid. But
Thomas Kincaid, huh?
Yeah.
The painter of light.
Yes. Yes, of course you know that. And I'm less so impressed with, the Renaissance era stuff. I appreciate Da Vinci and Van Gogh and those things, but like that art doesn't make me feel a whole lot, unfortunately. And so I had to put some thought into, has art ever stopped me before? And I remembered it when it had, and I can't give you the artist, unfortunately, because I don't know who it is. And it was not a great piece of art, but the concept stopped me in my tracks. And it was basically a stick man, maybe more of a block man, just a dark figure, like a shadow figure, square, kind of like, when you go to the bathroom and the little man on the bathroom side, this is, it's a little man icon. It looked like that, but it was black, and there was a heart-shaped void in his chest, and on the floor was a broken heart, and he was sweeping it up in a dustpan. And it's not great. Like, someone with minimal drawing skills could make that. But I stared at it for a while, and I might have been going through a heartbreak at the time. It was several years ago. But I took a picture of it, and it just that made me feel something.
I wonder, that sounds like a Keith Haring sort of. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I'm not.
I can check it out.
Check it out. Let me know.
Yeah, but he does these sort of crude figures. He's famous for it, and he would just do them all the time. It was, and he would do all sorts of stuff. But where'd you see it? Was it at a museum or like?
No, it was at there was like an art. So you lived in San Diego, in La Jolla. There's tons of art galleries down there, and they had like an art walk, where they closed off the street and you just go around looking at the galleries. I saw it in one of the galleries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well then.
Chit. Was that a chit?
No.
Chit?
I don't know chit. You don't know chit.
Stop the show. Stop the show and go look up chit on TikTok.
Who's chit?
You're gonna find out after the show when you look it up, and you'll thank me.
Chit. Che. CHIT.
Yeah, you got to look it up on TikTok. Don't do it now because it's audio. It's a video. You know?
Oh, okay.
I don't want it to distract from your shit.
No, it's all good. All right.
Yeah, look it up.
So now I'm curious, who's an artist we should know?
Pat Bon Barrow, my
Okay.
father.
Oh,
Yeah, look up Poima Studio Gallery. That's POIEMA studiogallery.com. So my father is the first artist that I ever knew. He used to
Sweet.
work in creative services at SeaWorld. So all the
Okay.
murals and things like that you saw at SeaWorld, my dad painted those back when they actually painted. Everything is vinyl now.
yeah.
But
Dude.
all the artwork in my house,
Yeah.
with the exception of one piece, was painted by my father. And I just
Awesome.
I love what he does. You know,
Nice, dude.
yeah.
I'm
He's
excited to
still
look at
painting-
this.
Still painting to this day. Yeah.
Nice. Sick. All right. I'm eager to look at this, so I'll go check that out.
Studiogallery.com.
All right.
Everyone, go look. If you're watching this, go look. Go
Right
shout
now.
out my dad.
It'll
Yeah,
be.
do it
I'll
now.
show it for sure.
Yeah.
You'll hear a pod sound, and then it'll. Yeah. Wow. Sweet. So your dad's an artist.
He is.
Um.
And a musician, and a photographer.
Okay.
Kind of
He's
a
a
nerd.
creative. Yeah.
He's very creative. Yeah.
Yeah. Nerd.
Well, he named me Zyzek, so there's something going on.
I was gonna ask: is this a cultural or like a like is it what does it mean? Do you know?
He thought it sounded strong.
It
So,
does.
You know, my parents they grew up in the 60s,
Okay.
and I imagine that my father named my sister, and I have a twin sister, and her
Nice.
name is Tiresias. So, you know, we've had conversations.
Also
"Man,
strong.
where do our names come from? You know, and so with my sister, he says, I heard it in a Styx song. Definitely no Styx song says Tiresias. None of them. And I'm not totally 100% sure where my name came from, but on the way to San Diego, from San Diego to Las Vegas, there's a road called Zyzek's Road, ZZYZXX, something
Yeah.
like that.
I've seen it.
And it's pronounced Zyzek's. So he kind of just took that and put some vowels in it and sent me on my way, you know?
That's kind of fun. I like that.
I mean, I think my name has served me well
Yeah.
in my life. I think it has, you know. And I remember in elementary school, I had this really cool friend, and his name was Norman.
Mm-hmm.
And kids, and still to this day, people always think my name is Isaac, because when I say my name is Zyzek, the is and the Zy go together. It sounds like my name is Isaac.
Yeah.
So I got tired of people calling me Isaac, and so I told my dad I wanted to change my name. And you know, he was like,
Yeah.
"What the heck? What are you talking about? Like, your name is sweet." He's like, "What do you
Yeah.
want to change it to?" I'm like, "I want to change it to Norman." And he's like, "Norman? Like you're gonna change your name to Norman? Like really?" So that, you know, thankfully he didn't let me do that, and
Yeah.
you know, I've kept my weird name.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah.
I vividly remember asking my mom if I could change my name to Rambo. She
should've.
did not like that.
Should've.
Awesome, dude. All right. Okay. Well, I've got one more question for you.
That's it?
Well, we don't. I didn't say I was going to ask it right this second.
Oh, okay, all right.
But-
Let's build it up.
Oh, is there? Before we jump into that, is there anything you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the joy of paintball and how I can get a Clint Riddle portrait of myself.
Of you? I can make that happen. I've been starting to put artwork at the beginning of shows, or like the time lapses, because I used to do that. So like I've got Archie's episode coming out next, and I have a bunch of those. So I might have to work up a little sketch.
I
for
wouldn't
this.
mind it. I would be honored.
I got you. I'll give it to you at Texas.
If I go, wah wah.
Nah, I can get you one for sure.
I mean, if you have the time.
I don't, but
Yeah.
I do love to procrastinate, so this could, yeah.
Speaking of things, I see Billy Wing in the background there, which was
Yeah.
he's one of my very good friends.
He's a cool dude.
You got Rich back there as well.
Got Rich and
Look at that.
Nikki and Jerry. I can't hang on.
Is that Billy Wing a photograph or a painting?
That's a painting, or it's a digital painting.
Does he know that exists?
Yeah, he signed it, and I gave him a copy.
Oh, okay.
And then I got Mike down there. So these were the Hall of Icon inductees. Sorry, the outside guys were Hall of Icon inductees 2 years ago. And so when they showed it at Vegas, so I did those posters or that artwork for them, or for Icon or whatever, Iconic.
Mm-hmm.
But I printed those out and I went and asked them to sign it. Mike Paxson was a hero for me. I'm so awkward, like in person, dude. For me, like, you talked about Dan being the most famous person you've talked to, and I'm like, I've never heard of the guy until this, until everything that happened.
Yeah.
And so I was like, he's not famous to me, like whatever. But like me going to Billy Wing as a 39-year-old man and like, excuse me, sir, would you mind signing this? Like, these guys are like, there's a big deal. Like, especially they're all, it's not that they're just players, I think that's a really cool thing about their era of paintball, because they all contributed way more than just playing.
Yeah.
And it seems evident, and I think there's still a lot of that happening, and I wonder if that's like my draw to paintball. But like Rich is responsible for building teams, for being a voice, and like just a pillar of the sport for a long time, and same with Billy, like to know like he manned a lot of he's like project manager or whatever for a lot of the designs.
Engineer,
like did he work on the rotor?
Yeah, of course.
Like that to me is like one of the best things Dye's ever made. Like, their markers are great too, but I think the uniqueness of the rotor is incredible. Anyway, sorry.
No, Billy Wing
went
is
off
the
on
man,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's one of the most, if not the most, underrated players of his time.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Playing with Billy Wing, it's like you, as a front guy, you could do whatever you wanted if Billy Wing was backing you up. Whatever you wanted. Like, you were always safe. No one's going to come bunker you. You can move wherever you want. Like, you just wait for the word,
Yeah.
And he's always shooting at everyone. He's always alive. Like, always super clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's 1-on-3 and Billy's left. You don't ring the bell. You don't buzzer it. Like, you let Billy play it out.
That's awesome.
Super dependable, and his contribution to the industry itself, like, people don't even know, like, all the things that he's done.
Yeah. His bolt, like, how many people have a freaking bolt? Like, I remember that being, what did they say? Is it? Yeah.
Well, before the bolt, like, the Matrix was this huge gun, and so he, with help from others, of course, like, there's a team of people doing these things.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But Billy Wing is one of the main guys in it. Shrunk down every piece of the Matrix, the Gen E Matrix, which became the DM4.
Yeah.
Was essentially shrinking everything down and making it screw together, because this bolt used to have like 10 pieces, 11 pieces, all like,
Yeah, I remember.
So he made it into basically what we see here today with all the guns, the spool valve guns, is an evolution of what he created back in 2003.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. That gun too, the DM4, like those guns to me, I think were the prettiest, like stock guns out of the box, just perfection.
Shot amazing too.
They did, and they sounded cool.
Sounded amazing.
Yeah. Everything about it. It was a home run. Yeah. Good job, Billy. But yeah, man, like that was an exciting time. I kind of missed this new thing's coming out, and it's actually a new thing. It's not just a little tweak. It'd be cool to see some more of that.
Well, it's paintball is reaching. There's going to be a point of critical mass, right? It's where you can't get it any better. It's as good as it gets, and it kind of got to that point, and then we figured out how to remove airlines.
Yeah.
The macro line, so that was an evolution. But I don't know how much better they can get.
Yeah. I don't know. They gotta figure something out because they're not. I don't know how many people. I guess people are always gonna want to buy the new thing. So, but I think about if I have a I don't even know what it is, a 170, a Planet Eclipse 170, and I'm like, this is just fine.
I have one of those too, and it shoots great.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a macro line or whatever, and it's got almost everything something else has, and I'm not going out and shooting. I don't know. I don't need any of the upgrades for it. So there's not much like motivating me to go out and spend this, and also I'm a teacher, so I'm not buying a $2,000 gun. But
the thing is like with paintball, like you could get a paintball gun from Walmart
mm-hmm.
and have just as much fun as someone with a $3,000 setup.
Mm-hmm.
But you buy the $3,000 setup because you're enthusiastic about the sport. You want something that's got all the bells and whistles. You want to customize it. Nerd shit.
Nerd shit.
About.
Yeah. Right on. How custom is your once, or what do you shoot at ICPL?
So in the past I've been using an M170.
Okay.
And then recently I got sponsored by Planet Eclipse.
Nice.
And they sent me a CS3 Pro, but the mech frames for them are not out yet. So I used one of Aftershock's CS3s with a mech frame this past event. But next event I will have a mech frame on my CS3 Pro, and very likely as well a custom anno job.
Ooh.
Why not?
Nice.
Why not? Yeah.
Nice. Did you design it?
I've yet to. I talked to Ryan Hall.
Okay.
This past week, and I told him, I got two guns that I'd like to anno. I also have a Dye MXR.
Nice.
And I want to get them a Paintball Nerd anodizing.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like black to gray fade with like orange splash and maybe some white skulls and maybe little orange nerd logos on it.
Nice. Yeah.
The world is my oyster.
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
We can do anything.
You're not gonna get like an OFG on there.
I mean, OFG's on my face.
Yeah, but you got like a little represent on there. No.
Yeah, maybe.
Right on. Well, all right, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're being pulled a lot of ways. So I'd like to first off thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you making the time, man, and appreciate what you do for the industry.
It was an honor.
You bring joy to the social media, and you and clarity also. I think that's especially recently. So thanks so much for that, man. And just one more question, Zyzek, what is the joy of paintball?
the joy of paintball is friendships. You know, it's going to an event and seeing people that you've known for a long time and maybe haven't seen them for a while, and you're just picking up right where you left off.
Nice.
And just being outdoors, doing what you love, getting out some aggression, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then coming off the field and giving each other hugs. You know, the joy of paintball is, you know, paintball is my family. You know, I don't feel any more like myself more than when I'm at a paintball event. You know, I feel like, you know, Maddie said it, and I think if it was either Push or Sunday Drivers, when you go to a paintball event, you can live as loud as you want.
Yeah.
I don't live loud, but, you know, I feel like that is me, you know, when I'm there. And I wear different hats. You know, when I'm at home, I got my dad hat, I got my husband hat, I got my business hat, you know, or, you know, I've got to be compliant and influential and sell X, Y, and Z. And they're all iterations of Zyzek. But Zyzek, the true Zyzek, is Paintball Nerd, and he's at these events. That's where you find the true guy.
Nice, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank you so much. Anything you want to shout out? Like, you got any merch you're still slinging?
Yeah, I still slang some stuff. So I got some headbands and some other things on paintballnerd.com.
Okay.
I got T-shirts and hoodies and things like that. I make them in my garage when you order them. So
Sweet.
If you want to put me to work, go buy something.
Nice, dude.
You know.
How are you not going to tell me this? We're talking about art, and you got to, like, you screen print, or what are you doing?
It's direct to film transfer.
Okay.
So
Sick.
you know, I make the artwork, have it printed by a company. They send me the films, and I press them right there in my garage. Some of the stuff is print to order though.
Okay.
So it's like if you order it, another company will print it out and send it to you.
Nice.
But still, it supports paintball nerds to do that. Shout out to sponsors: Planet Eclipse,
Nice.
Lumi Gummies. If you're 21 or over, use Paintball Nerd at checkout. Who else do I want to thank? Who else are my sponsors? Nectar Energy,
Okay.
Paintball Nerd at checkout, PB Retro.
Hey.
I have a link, but you know, you can't click on the link on this. The Farm, I already shouted them out. Go, you know, if you're in Tennessee, come play paintball at the Farm.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
Does John at Retro, does he do chin straps that are colored?
I know where this is going. I don't know, but you want me to get an orange one.
Well, I told Ryan a while back, like, hey, that's the next customizable part if someone hasn't done it already. Because I was a skater before I played paintball, and I remember I had no idea who Bucky Lassick was. And then I see him at an event with this helmet that had a red chin strap and a white helmet. And I was like, that's dope. Who's this guy? You know? And so, anyway, I was like, those chin straps are almost the same material.
John, if you're listening to this, make color chin straps. You know, if you do the magnetic chin strap, you can change the color of the buckle. You can change the color of the strap.
Dude.
All the things.
Surely.
The O-ring that holds the extra strap on there,
Yeah.
you can change the color of that. We got colored O-rings.
And we got to make one orange for sure.
It's a high margin item there, John Dresser. Get on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's watching.
I got to get him on here too.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. So you said Nectar. What's Nectar? Like, I've heard,
Nectar
I know a lot
is a
of people do it. Nootropic, what does that mean?
Yeah. It helps your brain.
Okay.
Helps you focus.
All
So
right.
it's got, you know, all kinds of vitamins in it. It's got some caffeine. So it's a non-nicotine product. It's just got vitamins and caffeine in it. And
Sweet.
stick it in your lip. It's like a little pillow, and it gives you energy.
Nice.
And if you would like to try them, use Paintball Nerd at checkout for a discount.
Ooh. Nice, dude.
And they're delicious, all kinds of flavors.
Right on. So it's like an energy drink in a pillow.
Yes, that's a great way to put it.
Right on.
An energy pillow, maybe.
Energy pillow, yeah. Which seems kind of juxtaposition.
Conundrum, perhaps.
Yeah. Right on.
Oxymoron.
That's the one. The writer. Look at you. All right, man. Well, dude, this has been great. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Can't wait to check out your dad's work, man.
Please do.
All right.
Thanks, Clint.
Yep. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to contribute in any way, you can go to my support tab, my support link in my bio, and there's multiple ways to do that. I do have a Patreon with multiple tiers and some pretty fun tiers. I personally enjoy the Marbleizer tier. Each one comes with different benefits. I've got, they're all different paint boxes, cases of paint. So I've got All-Star Premium Gold for those of you old heads that might remember that. And Marbleizer White Box. And I got a new one, Hopper Topper. So they're all different levels, ranging from $2 with the Hopper Topper to $50 with All-Star, and different perks with each one. But yeah, this is the Joy of Paintball. Love you guys.